It's an emotional roller coaster for me right now. I did okay yesterday, but today it's just hard again. It's like one day I'm okay, and then the next day I'm completely not. I keep seeing little things that just hurt so bad. Try not to ruin my makeup. I had a lot of fun yesterday, but it was only a distraction. Because now it's like today, it's just like I'm sitting here and I'm just like, I have nothing to do. All I could think about is I don't know. I made some friends. They're really fun actually. But it doesn't stop the fact that I'm hurting. And I'm going to be for a long time. I should know by Sunday whether or not I get the job. And I cross my fingers I do, because I need this money more than anything right now. I don't know what to do, or say, or think, and I'm just surrounded by memories. And I just wish so badly that they didn't hurt so bad. Things are just really hard, guys. You do? I took the link out of my bio because I was getting shit for it, because I was just like, I wanted to get my music shit back out there as quick as I can, but, it's hard. But if you guys do want to donate, message me. I can DM you my link and explain it to you. I'm trying to get that job, but it's difficult. I'm just trying to, while I'm waiting in between, applications and stuff, I'm trying to keep myself distracted and have fun. Hard to do without money, but I'm doing what I can, guys. I really am. Well, you guys, one thing is, all my music on, iTunes and all that, I'm not gonna get a dime for that. Jon has all that access and stuff. And he hasn't talked to me since we officially broke up. So it's not like I'm gonna see a dime of that anyway. I'm gonna have to open up my own stuff, upload my music to my own stuff, which we should have done all along in case something like this happened. But you know what? I never thought I would. Which is probably stupid, but I thought we were gonna still work on music together even if this stuff happened, but I guess he couldn't bring himself to do it. I don't know. People are like, oh, you're getting over Jon this quick already? What? Just because I posted some photos. As you can see, I can still do my makeup and be broken inside. Okay, like, I'm sorry I'm not sitting here being like, I'm going to kill myself, because I'm not like that. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to kill myself over a boy, because I am not like that. I'm not going to pressure someone into being with me if they don't want to be with me. I can't control that. I love him so much, but at some point, I guess our relationship was toxic, and that's the part that hurts the most, is admitting that. Well, if you guys want to know the entire story, let's start from the beginning. I was 15 when I first met Jon. I was moving. I was already losing everything. My friends, my parents were fighting a lot. You know, and then I met Jon, so I was like, that was even more of a reason to move. And, well, it was something that's, you know, it was exciting. And we got along so well. And I fell for him so fast. I didn't even see it coming. Then we got separated from New York. And then he went on this trip back to home to Virginia, and then he was hanging out with them people, Jordan, them scum-ass people. Anyway, at the time, they were his friends, and it was whatever. And anyway, he does this big trip. He ends up moving to California, and I moved back to Florida. During this time, we were still together online. Then, after that, he comes down to Florida to move back with me, because he missed me, and he wanted to be with me. Even though all the shit he was getting for being with me. Anyway, I was doing school, he came back down here, we stayed with my dad, and then, after that, we got our own place. I was 16. Already been through so much with him. I was 16. We got our own apartment. He had a job at Circle K. He had a night shift, so I'd wake up in the morning and I'd make him food, and I'd have the house clean, well, the apartment cleaned, and have his laundry done. Some days I'd take a break and I'd watch some Netflix. I'd do that a lot, actually, and I'd look for work, and I'd do school. Between all that stuff, I was doing so much for someone my age. Anyway, he got hit by a car one time, walking home from work. I freaked out. I was freaking out. I took care of him for like 2 weeks after he got hit by a car. And then we went on this trip to Indiana. We were supposed to go to Colorado. But Jordan's girlfriend at the time, we ended up having problems with her, and things went left, and we ended up not being friends with them anymore. And then we came back down here. Then, after we came back down here, Jon got a job with my dad. And we lived at the apartment still. And then I don't know what happened. Like, we were doing so good. And at one point, he couldn't do it anymore. He couldn't do it anymore because of all our work. He couldn't break his back. Like, he had a lot of mental problems. He had schizophrenia, bipolar, borderline personality disorder, and extreme depression. Anyway, his parents were paying his phone bill and all that, and one day he was like, alright, I'm done. He quit the job, and he came home. I was freaking out because I didn't even know what was going on. He came home, and he was like, I quit. And I was like, what? And I was like, why? And he was like, I can't do the hard work here anymore. I want to go to Indiana and make music with them. And he was like, you can come. Like, he was like, I'd prefer it if you would want to go. And I was like, of course I'd want to go, but I'd have to stay here and get my shit done first because I was trying to finish school. No, I'm not talking about that Jordan. I'm talking about Jordan Martin. Fucking scum. Anyway, so me and eventually I get my music shit together, and Jon's up in Indiana, and then eventually he comes down to get me, because I finally have everything I need to go. And then I move up to Indiana, and I get a job, and he gets a job. I got the job first. And I'm working my ass off trying to save money and pay our food and pay the rent that we were supposed to pay for shitty ass conditions too, bro. We didn't have a door on our room. There was mold on the walls, holes in the walls, shit and piss everywhere, and we were expected to pay almost $400 to $600 a month. For those conditions, what? And then, so we ended up having a falling out with them because Jordan ended up calling Jon a pedophile. And that really hurt Jon because he's not. And he really isn't. Like, anyway, eventually, you know, because Jon's messed up a lot in the past, a lot, he couldn't do it. He couldn't listen to that and sit there and take it. So we moved to Virginia to live with his parents for a little bit. He couldn't stand it there because his parents had all these rules, and so he couldn't do it. He didn't want to do it. So we ended up moving to Chicago. I'm skipping details because I don't have this long story, okay? So we're in Chicago, and I'm trying my best to make things work. I'm trying to get a job. I'm trying. And I don't get a job. And then I get one of our roommates, you know, after the whole Nicholas situation, because I'm sorry, but, like, that whole situation was just crazy, or he would constantly lie about Jon, and then he'd lie about me to Jon, and then he'd lie about Jon to me, and then he would lie about both of us to everybody else. So we moved out of there. Now this is the part that hurts so much. This part and the part that comes after. I find another place for us to stay. it worked out at first, you know, because I had this job offer when we've had this place, and then I was going to take it, and then John was like, well, you know what, you're already making money and paying for all this, let me take the job. So I'm like, okay, you can take it, because, you know, I thought maybe I could find something else. So I start looking other places, and I still have no luck. So at this point, we're both going 50-50. And then one night, it was after Lewis came over for a month and started making all these comments about me and John breaking up. And then all of a sudden, one night, me and John were fine. We were even having sex right before this shit happened. Like, one night, I went to go take a shower. A bath, actually. I gave him a kiss, told him I loved him, and I'd be out in a little bit. When I came out of the bathroom, he was just gone. He didn't really take much of his stuff, and, like, he took some of it, like, a lot of it, but he didn't take a lot of it. Like, he took, like, a quarter of his stuff. I freaked the fuck out so bad. And then, like, during this time, this is what hurts me so much. John gets drunk with them and fucked up on a bunch of pills. Well, drunk first. Really drunk, like blacked out drunk. And because he was so pissed off at Jordan at the time, Jordan's new girlfriend, Libby, the one I hate so fucking much that I wish she fucking dropped dead. But he starts flirting with her because, you know, when you're drunk, how ugly people just seem pretty. Anyway, and she's a wannabe me anyway. Anyway, he didn't fuck her or anything, but he pretty much cheated on me because he let her put his mouth on his dick, which apparently she's not even good at because he couldn't even do it. Like, whatever. But yeah, he fucking cheated on me, which hurts me so much. And then he didn't even tell me about it when he came back at first. Alright, and then, like, I know it was dumb for even considering taking him back when he told me about it, but, like, I was like, alright, well, you had a schizophrenic panic attack, like, I thought maybe, just maybe. So, yeah, it's true. It's true. And you know what? That little bitch can catch your fucking hands. Because no matter what, I still want to beat her ass. Because after all this shit, because she consented everything with John. And she was just mad that he decided he didn't want to fuck her. So, she fucking accused him of sexually assaulting her. Which he didn't. I know John too well. He would not do that. Like, I knew there was a chance. I always knew that this would happen. I always knew he'd be the one to leave. Deep down, I knew. But you know what? I just thought, maybe, just maybe. So, anyway, he comes home begging for my forgiveness. Or, he didn't tell me about that part. He just said that he ended up trying to kill himself. He thought that I deserve so much better, that blah, blah, blah. Made me feel bad. And I was like, okay, well, maybe we can work this out. So we ended up having makeup sex. He didn't tell me about the cheating part yet. We had makeup sex. Unprotected. I wasn't on birth control. And he let it. And this is the part that hurts me so bad, because I let him. And I know I'm so stupid for it. I'm so stupid. I was so scared after that, too. Because he told me right after. It's like, how can you do that? I couldn't control myself. I got so upset. I slapped him so many times. How could you do that to me? And then, like, after I have the courage, or not even the courage, but the decency to take you back after that, you sit there and tell me you're gonna make it all better, you're gonna do this and that, and just try for me, and then when I find us a place, you're just like, no, I can't do this, they're out to get me. Oh no, because he was so scared that everybody knew everything he was doing, that everybody knew everything he did, that everybody was out to get him, everybody was out to kill him. Anyway, we're down in Florida and we're homeless together because my dad wouldn't take him back because he decided to call my dad a cokehead and all this other bullshit because he was mad at my dad because my dad owed him some money. Granted, it was like $300, but my dad was struggling and he's never made a lot of money. He's always struggled taking care of us. Alright, I grew up poor. I grew up in a really bad situation. My parents love me to death, don't get me wrong, but I didn't get all the luxuries that most kids get today. Anyway, so my dad wouldn't let him stay here. So we had to find another place to stay, and I refused to stay here if he couldn't stay here. Because I loved him that much, I didn't want him on the street by himself. His mental state wasn't fit for it because he tried to kill himself after he cheated on me because he thought that he was a piece of shit and that his life was worth nothing. And at least that's what he said. And then I finally find us a place to stay. And we're there for a good month too, like helping out, trying to find jobs. And he gets us kicked out. And we were doing so good too, like relationship-wise, we weren't fighting as much, we were doing okay. And we were just stressed out because we were trying to find a place. Anyway, when we got kicked out, I said, alright, we gotta make her act herself, because the reason we got kicked out was because he thought it was a smart idea to slap my cousin's ass. Like, how are you gonna do that? Like, how are you gonna sit there and try to make things better with me after, and not to mention the night before all this happened. Again, we had the deep type, like, makeup type sex or whatever before that happened. And then I come home one day to that because I was just going out and hanging out with some people and I had to have them drive me home. I had to have my dad drive me home from going to hang out with my family because of this. And then I had to pack up all our stuff and try to find somewhere that night because we had to leave that night. I told him he had to Baker act himself if he wanted to stay with me after that. Because I was like, you need help. I can't help him anymore. I was like, you need help. You gotta Baker act yourself. So he goes, and I'm staying with my dad for those 3 days. And I go and see him. I bring him stuff, whatever he needs. And I get this tent set up. Because I finally had my dad agree to letting us camp in the backyard. So I set up this fucking tent that I bought myself for me and him to share. Anyway, so I'm trying so hard. I'm making sure he takes all his meds on time when he gets out of the hospital. When he got out of the hospital, I made sure he took all his medications on time. I made sure everything. The first night he got home, I was so happy because, like, he was like, I feel good now, I'm feeling good, and then, like, all of a sudden, the next day, because my dad had to set rules, he could stay here and sleep here at night. He had to be up at 6 a.m. and gone, looking for a job until late that night, meaning until it got dark. He got to come back at dark, which I thought was fair since of what John did. Even John said it was fair. And then, I don't know, during these 3 days, it was rocky. We were fighting, and then we weren't. And we were fighting, and then we weren't. And then we were making up, and we weren't. And then just during those 3 days, and then the last day, it's like when he really decided he was just, I guess, done, and it broke me so much, so much. Like, I walked to meet up with him to give him some water, and I brought him some water, and I gave it to him because he was dehydrated on the 3rd day. And then he drinks the water. We're sitting in this parking lot watching a little show on my phone because we were taking a break. It was hot out. This was the day I decided, oh, I feel good today. I'm going to take a little photo shoot for online. After I get the photo shoot and post my photos and stuff, this is when he decides to do it. And then we're sitting here talking and screaming and fighting for hours and just trying to figure stuff out for hours. Until later that night, actually, like, almost later that night. It was afternoon, and we came back to the house during the day, even though he wasn't supposed to, and we sat in the tent and talked. And he decided that he wanted me to pack his stuff, and he was gonna leave. And this hurt so bad, so bad, so I go in there and I pack his stuff for him. Because I was like, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure? And he said he was sure. That he was tired of hurting me. That he was tired of breaking me. And tired of doing all this shit to me. And I was just like, I don't care. I was just like, I love you too much, don't. I was like, if you go, that's going to break me the most. And he did. And I'm still so broken from it. So broken. And when he decided he was going to leave, at least he did it to my face this time. And it wasn't even that he didn't want to, it wasn't even that there was another girl. He couldn't even have sex the last 3 days he was here, and I think maybe that frustrated him. He couldn't even get hard. I don't know. But for some reason, I think it was his medication. I don't know. But the next day, he texts me, I feel this hurts so bad. I don't, I'm gonna admit, this hurts really fucking bad. And I was just like, I miss you, and he was like, I miss you too, and he was like, I'm so sorry for doing this to you, and all this stuff, and then we talked for 2 days, and like, we were gonna make it a break, and that's what we decided, and he was like, I'm down to make this a break if you are, and I was like, yeah, and, because I loved him so much, like, I wanted to do whatever I could to make it work. And then 2 days later, after I'm actually trying to eat again and stuff, he was like, we were telling each other I love you and everything, and then 20 minutes later, we need to break up. Well, no, it was more of, I need to work on myself right now, and I understand if that means we need to break up, and then he was like, wait, actually, we do need to break up, and then he just stopped texting me. I was trying to call, I was like, no, call me, and I was trying to call him, and then he texts me off the phone that I bought for him because his parents stopped paying his phone. We're over. And then he has not messaged me since. And you know what? I'm turning his phone off because I'm not going to pay for something that, you know, he's not going to be with me, I'm not going to pay for it. So not only is my phone going off because I don't have the money to pay for it, it's $50 for just paying mine, it's $80 when I had his. But since I don't have to pay his anymore, I gotta come up with $50 to pay mine, and I am turning it off. Like, I'm done. I loved him so much, and all I did was get stomped on. Like, I'm not saying he was a shitty boyfriend. Like, he treated me good. But he did some shitty shit. Like, he'd buy me stuff. And it wasn't even about that he bought me stuff. It's like how he actually treated me. Like, he'd tell me how beautiful I was every day. He would say sweet things. And he would do the sweetest things. And, like, he did a lot of sweet things. It's not that he's a bad person, it's that he's mentally not okay. I can't do relationships anymore. I can barely even do friendships right now. And it's like really hard. I went out last night and I had a lot of fun. Like, a lot of fun. But I couldn't stop myself from slipping in and thinking about him. It's like he always finds his way to poke into my head. So all of you saying that he deserves better than me, maybe you should rethink that before you hear, like, the story. Like, I got really insecure after a lot of things happened. And you can't blame me. No, it's not an excuse. I'm not using it as an excuse. And all I asked him was when we broke up, I said, please do not lie about me. Do not tell people wrong about me. Do not make people think wrong about me. And that's all I asked of him when he left. All I asked. I don't think that's too much to ask. So now I'm just trying to focus on myself. If he lies about me, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because I did so much for him that I've never done for anybody else. Never. He said he did it because he thought I was cheating on him, but I would have never done that. So you know what? This is why I'm just trying to live my best life. So for those of you who are hating me for it, fuck you. I'm trying so hard to move on from somebody that I care and love so deeply that it hurts. I've come to the conclusion that I'm done with monogamous relationships because nobody here can deal with monogamy. Like, nobody I know can actually sit there and practice monogamy. I always end up getting hurt. So, therefore, I'm done with monogamy. I'm done putting my heart out there to get hurt. I'm not putting my heart out there anymore. And I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to get my job. I'm going to save money. I'm going to get my music shit out there. And I'm going to grind. I'm 18 years old. And I got to live. My little smile is because I have friends now. I have friends that actually care. Because John's not sitting there thinking that I'm going to sit there and sleep with them. And I don't have him breathing down my neck thinking that I'm going to cheat on him when I'm too good to do that. He knows I wouldn't have done that. But now that I don't have him thinking that I'm gonna, I have friends. Anyway, I needed to rant, because if I didn't talk about this, I hate that people are sitting here hating on me when they don't even know what went on. Like, I love Jon, and I've stuck my neck out for him so many times. So many times. And I never lied. He was a great guy. He's not relationship material. Anyway, I'm bored, and I need people to sit here and distract me. And thank you guys so much for, like, watching. Like, the amount of people that are actually in here today, it's, like, astonishing. Like, usually you guys ditch on me. Like, you're like, nah, this shit's boring. It's like, but when I'm sitting here crying, it's like, oh, you guys want to watch me because I'm crying. Kind of mean, but thank you for supporting me, and I appreciate it. I'm going to leave this up, and if you guys want to repost it, I don't care. I just wanted to tell you my truth. Jon meant a lot to me. He meant the most to me. And I will never love anybody the way I loved him. And want to know why? Because I will never, ever do that for somebody again. I will never stick my neck out there for somebody again. Anyway, hit me up if somebody wants to hang out if you live by, because I'm bored and I need somebody to smoke with or drink with or just have some fun with right now, because that's what I need. Alright, peace.